Everything starts with having a healthy well-being. Whatever it is we want to do or wherever we want to go, if our mental health isn't in a positive and healthy state, it all doesn't matter and nothing will go right. And everyone deals with this from time to time, or maybe even on a day-to-day basis. But just doing something, thinking it might help, isn't really working. And just like with everything we do, to make a lasting change and head in the right direction, we have to be aware and really think about the choices we make. And mental well-being, just like anything else, has to be built, and we have to know what to do to actually make it work. Welcome everyone, my name is Tobias Philipp, and the topic of this episode is building blocks for mental health. So consciously or unconsciously, we are all in pursuit of a positive mental well-being. Everyone wants to feel great and everyone wants to feel good in whatever way possible. But feeling good always has a connection to good mental health. If your mental health is not good, every aspect of your life will be affected by it. And yes, mental health consists of many different aspects. But many of those aspects, most of us are not even aware. The aspect we are aware of is simply how we feel. If we feel tired, energized, happy, or maybe struggling with something. And these feelings, in my opinion, determine how we act. When you're not feeling physically good, the first question you're asked is if you've slept well, if there's something going on in your life, or if there's something bothering you. And I believe all these things start with mental health. If you're not in a positive mindset, your whole life is affected, and all the things we do because we believe they bring us towards mental well-being. But if we don't think about what we're doing and we're doing the wrong things that drive us farther away from it, we'll never head in the right direction, and in the end, we have to deal with the consequences. And just like with anything else, mental well-being doesn't appear with the snap of a finger. In my view, there's not even an endpoint, because it's something that takes a lot of time to achieve. And even if we're heading in the right direction, it may take even more effort to stay there and also improve it. And depending on your starting point, you may have a very, very long way to go. And I always believe with everything we want, there must be a very strong reason to make a change. If you don't know why you need to do something differently, when that difficult moment comes, which always does, you won't be able to answer the question, why even keep going? And this is the same with trying to improve your mental health. If there's not a big, strong reason to do it, even if you get a short spark of motivation to start, you will quit very easily and quickly. And that's exactly why no progress is made. And for everyone it's difficult, and everyone faces all different kinds of struggles. And I understand that for some people it's harder than for others. Even for myself, I've never been in such a difficult situation as others have. But no matter how hard the situation is, a lasting change is never made in only one try. And if we are aware of this, it might be a lot easier to keep going. Because when there's a setback, or things don't go as planned, as they don't, we won't be discouraged immediately, and we'll know we must keep going. And fully understanding this and being aware of it has helped me immensely. Every time I now face a situation which is holding me back, I just remind myself that it's just part of the process and it's supposed to be this way. And this makes it much easier for me to keep going, because I know that a better time will come, guaranteed. It's just like shaping marble, to give an analogy. It's like it just takes a lot of time, takes hard work, and you need to have you need to be persistent. It can only be accomplished if you keep hammering away at it. And getting started is really easy. It's exciting to have a good idea, but putting in the actual work is exhausting. And mistakes will always be made, and you may feel like giving up. But if you really want to finish it and create something of value, something worth all the effort and sacrifice, you have to find ways to work around those mistakes. And just like shaping marble, achieving good mental health requires the same amount of effort, and you can't just start hammering away blindly. You have to really think it through and make strategic decisions. And whether it's about shaping, maintaining, or improving mental health, in my view, it all comes down to perspective. You might be absolutely convinced something works one way, only to find out it works totally different. You have to always stay open to different and new perspectives. And for me, having more information and knowledge, just seeing things from someone else's position and being open to hearing things I may not like, just helps me to handle everything in my life much better. Being calm, being collected, and just knowing how to handle certain situations is, at least in my experience, one of the most important parts of creating lasting well-being. Just having knowledge, having different viewpoints, being aware just helps me to make the decisions I need to make to maintain and also build my mental health. And this is something that I really want to emphasize, because understanding this absolutely changed my whole life. Each and every one of us is a product of our own surroundings. And you either shape your surroundings or your surroundings shape you. And you can fully control how you feel, how you think, and how you act. We all do this based on the things that we watch and the things we listen to. And the more you watch and listen to something, the more you will act like it. So if you want to go in a certain direction, or you see people in a place you aspire to be, just simply watch and follow and listen what they do. But don't just watch one video or listen to one podcast. Consume it every day, and I mean literally every day. And over time, you will start thinking and acting the same way. And if you don't actively choose what you're watching and listen to, you'll just become a product of what's randomly in front of your eyes and ears. And if you don't believe me, just observe different groups of people and notice how they talk and act the same. And it's not that they're doing anything wrong. Maybe that's exactly where they want to be. But if you feel differently and don't align with others, you have to actively change your own situation. So don't take it lightly. Mental health is in my opinion, one of the most important things in our lives. It affects every aspect of our lives. And I personally want everything in my life to go as well as possible. And to make a change or to stay in the right path, it doesn't just happen. And we have to make the right choices over and over again. And that's at least how I look at it. Let me know in the comments about your opinion. Also share this episode with others who you think may find it useful. Would be very much appreciated. And thank you very much for listening.